He'll go on waivers later today.
Is it a mutual thing for termination, or is it
No, no, just waivers. When Ellis became available, he's someone that, as an organization, we felt really highly about. So it put us in a situation where Georgiev had to go on waivers.
There are a lot of young goalies out there in the league. A lot of people thought might end up on waivers. So essentially, Ellis is a guy you kind of targeted for a while in case he became available. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, it would be accurate. Yeah, that we felt was one of the top goaltenders.
What do you like?
Like his puck play, like how quick he is. Watched watched good part of his games yesterday. Calmness about him. So there's, I can understand why he's been kind of on the radar.
I mean, you know, Alexander, he has a very good track record. Is it disappointing that it just didn't work out right now for him here?
He's a, I mean, I've been around him. He's a good person. He worked hard. He's done everything that was asked. Just felt that couldn't pass up on this opportunity. UPL is feeling better, which is good. He's progressing. We feel with Lions, we've got a guy that can play also, can help us win games.
Owen seems optimistic for Thursday.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic too. I don't want to get carried away, but I liked his practice and like a non-contact sense. Not that there was any contact by anybody else today, but he looked out there. He felt good, which is good. And now it's just post-practice. How does he feel? And all indications are that everything went well today.
On the goaltending issue, it's just organizationally you're being consistent with Levi, right? You want him playing regularly in Rochester instead of yo-yoing back and forth.
Yeah, for sure, and we want him playing well. If you look at with UPL situation where we're kind of don't exactly know if he's just going to come out of it. If he comes out of it, great. But I think at the same time you have to protect yourself, and we think the world of Levi. I think he's going to be a hell of a goalie, but we have to protect ourselves at the same time.
Getting down to the 23-man roster was pretty, I guess, cut and dry, just putting some guys on IR and so forth. But, I mean, do you think about that, you might, in the coming days, weeks, you might have some tough decisions to make?
I think that'll be a good thing, having tough decisions. We wanted it to be a competitive camp, and I think you're right. With IR, there were some decisions that were probably easier to make. We, in all likelihood, will have some tougher ones coming up. But that competition should spur on better play by everybody too. So I think everybody kind of knows where they're at and where they're seated, and most of it will play out on how you play.
Is this a really worrisome situation with Luukkonen, just because there's that unknown factor?
I think on a little bit of a positive note, like I said, it wasn't. He's not dealing with the same thing he was dealing with before. So I think if he was dealing with the same, then you've gone back to something that could be bothersome. But he was dealing this time with something a little bit different, and now is feeling pretty good. So I take that as a positive. That is just me taking it as a positive, though.
As we've gone through camp, really none of them have been, things you see in a game, a practice, a guy taking a shot off the foot, a check in at the boards. Are guys still adjusting to a new strength and conditioning program? And is that
No, I don't think. I think. Okay, here's where. Let's go to Samuelson first. I don't think it has anything to do with that. He got slew-footed by Wood at the end of the game, and he didn't feel great, but he wanted to practice the next day. That practice, after practice, kind of locked him up. So that was kind of a game. I think if you look around the league, you're going to end up with a lot of guys, hip and groin. You always have that this time of year. I think Benson, a little bit of that, but he's back now. Luukkonen has nothing to do with strength and conditioning. Greenway has nothing to do with strength and conditioning. I might argue that we've got some guys that are in a better place because of it. The practices were hard. They were demanding. If I would point at anything, I would criticize myself before I even went to strength and conditioning. Thanks.